Every time Elon Musk announces another Texas expansion, people ask the same question. Is Elon taking over Texas? Maybe not, but what is happening could have a major impact on housing, jobs, and why more people are moving to places like San Marcos. Everywhere you look, it seems like Elon Musk is making another announcement in Texas. Tesla, SpaceX, Starbase, XAI, The Boring Company, Starlink, Snailbrook, TerraFab, and every time one of these projects gets bigger, people start asking the same question: is Elon taking over Texas? The short answer, probably not. But what's happening may actually be more important than that. Because whenever companies invest billions of dollars into a state, they're not just building factories or office buildings, they're creating jobs, they're attracting talent, they're bringing in suppliers, they're bringing in contractors, they're bringing entire ecosystems of businesses. That supports those operations. And when that happens, communities start changing, housing demands increase, new neighborhoods get built, roads get expanded, schools grow, retail follows rooftops, and opportunities start showing up in places that weren't on everyone's radar a decade ago. That's exactly why the conversation matters for San Marcos, because while most headlines focus on Austin, the impact stretches throughout the entire Central Texas region, including right here in San Marcos, Texas. Let's start with the obvious question. Why Texas? Why so many of Elon Musk's companies continue expanding here? Well, Texas offers something businesses love. Room to grow, the state has relatively affordable land compared to many coastal markets. It has growing workforce, a strong transportation network, major airports, large universities, and a business climate that many companies find very attractive. Simply put, Texas makes it easier for large companies to scale. But here's the important part. Tesla isn't the only company making this decision. For years, companies from technology, healthcare, manufacturing, logistics, engineering, and professional services have been moving operations to Texas. Some are relocating headquarters, some are opening regional offices, some are building massive facilities. It's a cycle we've seen repeat throughout Texas over and over again. In Central Texas, it's become one of the biggest beneficiaries. Now, these days, when most people hear Tesla, they immediately think Austin, and honestly, that makes sense. Austin has transformed into one of the most recognizable tech cities in America. It's becoming a technology hub, a startup hub, a music destination, a relocation hotspot, and for many people, moving to Austin became a dream. But success comes with challenges. Over the last decade, Austin has experienced tremendous growth. Home prices climbed, land became more difficult to find, traffic became a daily conversation, and many buyers started asking themselves a simple question: can I move value somewhere nearby? Can I still enjoy everything Central Texas has to offer? Can I stay connected to Austin? Can I get a larger yard or a larger home, maybe a lower monthly payment? For a lot of people, the answer is and was yes. And that's where communities like San Marcos entered the conversation. People realized they didn't necessarily have to live in the Austin city limits to benefit from everything that is happening in the region. They could position themselves between Austin and San Antonio while often getting significantly more value for their money. And that's one of the biggest reasons San Marcos has experienced such a huge amount of growth. One of the biggest advantages that San Marcos has is something that you can't build: location. Seriously, pull out the map. Austin to the north, San Antonio to the south, and San Marcos sits right in the middle. That's an incredible strategic position. Residents aren't tied to just one major job market. They have access to two. They need career opportunities. They've got options in both directions. Need major health systems. They can access both metro areas. Need airports. You can choose between Austin Bergstrom Airport and San Antonio International. Shopping, entertainment, professional sports, the Spurs or Austin FC. Major employers all within reach. Here's what makes San Marcos really unique. Despite all that access, it still feels like San Marcos. You have the beautiful San Marcos River, you have the hill country atmosphere, you have Texas State University bringing energy, culture, and community. You have parks, trails, outdoor recreation, and a lifestyle that often feels more elevated and relaxed than larger cities. For many buyers, that's a perfect combination. Big city access without feeling like you're living in the middle of a major city. Opportunity without consistent chaos. Growth without losing all the charm. And that's why San Marcos continues attracting families, professionals, retirees, investors, and remote workers from all over the country. Now, let's keep it real for a minute. Growth isn't automatically perfect. Every rapid growing community faces challenges. More people usually mean more traffic, more development, more demand for housing, more pressure on the infrastructure. Roads need upgrades, utilities need expansion, schools need additional capacity. Local governments have to think years ahead to keep up with the population growth. And that's not always easy. In many ways, growth is a balancing act. Communities want investment, they want jobs, they want economic opportunity, but they also want to preserve the thing that made them love the area in the first place. That's why one of the most important questions isn't whether growth is coming, because it's already here. The real question is whether communities can manage that growth effectively. And that's something every home buyer should pay attention to, not just in San Marcos, anywhere. Whenever a major company announcement hits the news, it's easy to get very excited. And honestly, those announcements matter. But smart home buyers look beyond the headlines. They focus on the fundamentals, because fundamentals tell the big story. Instead of only asking what Elon Musk is doing, next pay attention to things like new employers moving to the region, infrastructure investments, school expansion projects, residential development activity, commercial development growth, population trends, transportation improvements. We definitely need a lot of that in Central Texas. Utility expansion. They're often the indicators that have the greatest impact on long-term housing demand and future property values. The strongest real estate markets aren't built around the celebrity entrepreneur. They're also built around sustained economic growth across the entire region. So that's Central Texas. That's Austin to San Antonio. And that's exactly what many people see happening throughout Central Texas right now. So is Elon Musk taking over Texas? Probably not. But Texas continues attracting investment at an incredible pace. And whether those investments come from Tesla, SpaceX, healthcare companies, manufacturers, technology firms, or countless other small businesses, the impact is significant. Jobs create demand, demand creates growth, growth creates opportunity, and those ripple effects extend far beyond Austin. Communities throughout Central Texas continue benefiting from that momentum, including San Marcos. If you're thinking about moving to Central Texas and want to figure out whether San Marcos or anywhere else is the right fit for you, send me a text, the word Tesla. My contact information is below. I'll help you compare neighborhoods, commute times, home prices, lifestyle options, a long-term opportunity, so you can make the most informed decision possible before making your move. And if you have questions about living in San Marcos, drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.